History has shown time and again that war creates alliances no one sees coming. But what just happened in the Ukraine-Russia war might be one of the most unexpected yet. A quiet shift has taken place, and it could change the rules of the battlefield entirely. Ukraine has just gained support from a powerful partner thousands of miles away, Japan. This isn't just symbolic diplomacy, it's a strategic move with real consequences on the front lines. Tokyo, which recently began reshaping the balance of power in the Pacific, is now stepping directly into Eastern Europe's most dangerous conflict. And there is one country watching this development with growing concern: Russia. On March 31st, a pivotal moment unfolded that may alter the course of the war. Russia's relentless drone barrages are now facing something entirely new: precision, intelligence, and asymmetry imported from the Pacific. But here's the detail that makes this story almost unbelievable. The system shaking this balance costs just $2,000. And trust me, that price tag is not even the most terrifying part for the Kremlin. We'll come back to that in just a moment. At the center of this development are two key figures: the CEO of Japan's cutting-edge tech firm, Terra A1, and the head of Ukraine's defense startup, Amazing Drones. When they stood side by side in Kyiv, it wasn't just another press conference. It was the beginning of a new chapter in modern warfare. Their mission was clear: deploy a revolutionary interceptor drone system known as the Terra platform directly into Ukraine's defense network. The concept can be summed up in one word: interception. These drones are designed to hunt, track, and destroy incoming threats before they can strike. They are not just defensive tools, they are airborne predators engineered to dominate the low-altitude battlefield. This partnership also marks Japan's first direct investment in Ukraine's defense industry, a move that breaks from decades of cautious policy. But perhaps the most shocking detail isn't the technology, it's where this collaboration is happening. Production is being planned in active frontline zones, areas that Russia frequently targets with missile and drone strikes. On the surface, it sounds like a reckless gamble, almost suicidal. But Ukraine has proven time and again that it thrives under pressure. And what they've built beneath the surface tells a very different story. Let's talk about the capability of these Terra A1 interceptor drones, because this is where things start to look like a nightmare scenario for Moscow. These drones can reach speeds of up to 300 kilometers per hour, significantly faster than the Shahed drones widely used by Russian forces, which operate at roughly 185 kilometers per hour. In simple terms, the Terra A1 doesn't just match its target, it hunts it down with ease. With a range of around 35 kilometers and a flight endurance of approximately 15 minutes, each drone is optimized for rapid interception missions. Powered by an electric motor, it operates quietly and produces minimal heat, making it extremely difficult to detect using radar or thermal imaging systems. It doesn't announce its presence, it appears, strikes, and disappears. But the real revolution here isn't just speed or stealth, it's cost. And this is where the entire equation flips. If you're finding this breakdown valuable so far, take a second to hit like. It really helps push content like this to more people. And let me know in the comments what you think about this new wave of drone warfare. Here's the brutal math Russia is now facing. A single Shahed drone can cost up to $50,000. To shoot it down using traditional systems like the Patriot missile, Ukraine could spend anywhere between $2 million and $4 million per interception. That imbalance is not sustainable in a long-term war. But the Terra interceptor changes everything. At just $2,000 per unit, these drones can neutralize a $50,000 threat midair. That means Ukraine is spending a fraction, roughly 1/20th, of what Russia invests in each attack drone. Multiply that across thousands of drones, and the financial pressure begins to shift dramatically. Russia's strategy has relied heavily on overwhelming Ukraine with large numbers of relatively cheap drones, aiming to drain its air defense resources. But interceptor drones disrupt this plan entirely. Instead of exhausting missile stockpiles, Ukraine can now respond with equally scalable, low-cost solutions. Reports suggest that Russia launched over 6,000 drones in March 2026 alone. Imagine trying to counter all of those with expensive missile systems. The cost would skyrocket into the billions. Now imagine doing it with interceptor drones. The same outcome achieved for a fraction of that cost. This is not just efficiency. It's a strategic disruption of Russia's entire attrition model. But the innovation doesn't stop at the battlefield. It extends deep into how these drones are produced. Ukraine has learned the hard way that large centralized factories become prime targets for Russian strikes. So instead of building massive facilities, they've shifted to a decentralized production model. Small, scattered workshops, many of them underground, are being used to assemble these drones, making them far harder to detect and destroy. In regions like Kharkiv, where attacks are frequent, this approach is already proving effective. A single worker can assemble up to 2 drones per day, and the initial goal is to produce at least 1,000 Terra A1 units in the first phase. These will be deployed directly to Ukrainian forces as quickly as possible. At the same time, Japan is not just contributing technology, it's also providing financial support. Ukrainian defense companies have struggled to secure funding due to wartime risks. The Japanese investment is helping unlock capital flows that were previously inaccessible. This partnership is becoming more than just a weapons program. It's evolving into a full-scale defense ecosystem. And the next step could take this even further: full autonomy. Both sides are now pushing toward a future where these drones operate entirely on their own. No pilots, no operators, just algorithms and sensors making real-time decisions. The goal is simple: automatic launch, independent target acquisition, and autonomous interception. Why does this matter? Because Russia often launches hundreds of drones simultaneously from multiple directions. Assigning human operators to each incoming threat is nearly impossible. But autonomous drones can respond instantly, around the clock, without fatigue or delay. This transforms Ukraine's air defense into a continuously active shield. And this collaboration doesn't stop with aerial drones. Ukraine has also offered to share its battlefield-tested naval drone technology with Japan, technology that has already proven capable of pushing back Russia's Black Sea Fleet. In return, Japan may provide advanced air defense systems and missile technology. Discussions are already underway for joint production agreements, and even the possibility of manufacturing Ukrainian-designed drones on Japanese soil. This marks a historic shift for Japan, which has traditionally maintained strict limitations on defense exports. Now, those boundaries are beginning to change. Meanwhile, this growing alliance is not happening in isolation. The United Kingdom has also stepped in, supplying advanced short-range air defense systems known as Rapid Ranger. These mobile platforms are equipped with laser-guided missiles, capable of tracking and destroying low-altitude targets with high precision, with detection ranges exceeding 15 kilometers and the ability to operate day or night. They add another critical layer to Ukraine's already evolving defense network. Combined with high-altitude systems like Patriots and medium-range platforms like IRIST, Ukraine is building a multi-layered shield that addresses threats at every level. This is crucial because Russia's strategy relies on attacking across multiple altitudes simultaneously: ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and drones all deployed together. But with each layer reinforced, that strategy becomes less effective. And here's the bigger picture. This is no longer just a regional conflict. With Japan's involvement, the war has taken on a global dimension. The message to Moscow is clear: this is not just Ukraine versus Russia anymore. The world is watching, adapting, and responding. One critical detail that often gets overlooked in this entire equation is how quickly this model can scale. And that's exactly what should worry Moscow the most. Unlike traditional missile systems that require complex supply chains, long manufacturing timelines, and massive infrastructure, interceptor drones can be produced rapidly, modified on the fly, and deployed in days rather than months. This means Ukraine is not just defending, it's adapting in real time. Every Russian drone attack effectively becomes a live test environment, allowing Ukrainian engineers to refine targeting systems, improve AI algorithms, and optimize performance almost instantly. In other words, the battlefield itself has turned into a laboratory. And the more Russia pushes, the faster Ukraine evolves. This creates a dangerous feedback loop for the Kremlin. What starts as an advantage in numbers could quickly turn into a liability, as each wave of drones provides data that strengthens Ukraine's defenses further. Even more concerning for Russia is the possibility that this model spreads beyond Ukraine. If other nations begin adopting the same low-cost, high-efficiency drone interception systems, it could redefine global air defense doctrines. Suddenly, expensive missile arsenals may no longer guarantee dominance, and smaller nations could gain the ability to defend themselves against much larger powers. This is not just about Ukraine surviving the war. It's about setting a precedent that could reshape military strategy worldwide for decades to come. As we move deeper into 2026, one thing is becoming increasingly clear: the future of warfare is changing right before our eyes. It's no longer about the biggest missiles or the most expensive systems. It's about speed, scalability, and intelligence. Small, affordable drones, powered by AI and built in hidden workshops, are reshaping the battlefield. The Ukraine-Japan partnership is at the forefront of this transformation, proving that innovation can outweigh sheer firepower. Russia's drone swarms may still be large, but they are now facing a defense system that is smarter, cheaper, and constantly evolving. And here's the question that matters most. Can this new alliance truly disrupt Russia's offensive plans, or will the Kremlin adapt and find new ways to respond? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want more deep dive analysis like this, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss what's coming next.